Hey you guys, my name's John T. Wright. I'm sure you know that I believe that I'm the Lord by now. So anyway, and I'm happy to say that I have a really good relationship with the Holy Father. It's like this instead of like that. And most of you people that are like that don't get that. And probably because you just never picked up a book like that. You see, if you pick up a book like that, you can have relationships on the normal life with women like that, to be honest with you. Now, this one right here, Lily, now, she is one of the first women that I've ever met here on Chatterbait. Although she doesn't get naked very often, and a lot of these women that I watch don't get naked all the time. But sometimes they just have a rip-roaring time, and they have a good time, I guess, you know. But most of the women I talk to, they're right here, and we talk back and forth, and they talk to a lot of people at the same time. And, you know, I know that everybody's in trying times. I just want you to know that the Holy Father is in control. And I just wanted to show you that anybody, you know, God will use a wretch like me. How about Jimmy Swaggart? I love Jimmy, by the way. I watched Jimmy Swaggart before he got busted with Jessica Hahn. Oh, boy. And I got to watch Bill Clinton when he got to talk about how he didn't have sexual relations with that woman. And, you know, he didn't necessarily lie. You know, he banged her with the cigar, and I think he got a blowjob is what happened. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, although I very well could. But I so love to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and that's what's put me in this position that I've been put in. I believe with the Holy Father. And the Holy Father knew what you were going to do before you ever did it. Whatever you ever did, the Holy Father knew what you were going to do before you ever did it. Now, why would I think that I am really better than you? Well, I really don't think I am better than you. But I think you could be just as good as me. I used to think I'm no better than them. They're no better than me. But I didn't know why they were treating me in such a fucked up way. Well, I didn't know my dad was this Zodiac killer, although I was in California when Darlene got murdered. You know, Darlene and David was at the park during the 4th of July, and my dad was gone, and he came in over that weekend. And what happened was the radio was on, my sister Bonnie and the rest of my brothers and sisters was there, but except Debbie. Debbie was actually in the wound of my sister Bonnie, and she was passing it off as my sister in the process of life. Hi, Bonnie, I'm just telling the truth. And then the radio came on when my dad came in. It just had come on. It said the Zodiac killer had struck. And we were all like, and all of a sudden my dad comes in. And it says, I just said, Dad, the Zodiac killer's near us. It said the Zodiac, and he goes, no, the Zodiac killer's nowhere near us. And I go, no, the radio. Yeah, he's nowhere. And, you know, everybody knew, except me. Hey, they were living the life. I never. They suppressed me. They've been suppressing me all my life. God will use somebody that's suppressed. And I will say that about Susan Donahoe. And how about the Sharia woman that's over here that I found, Susan Donahoe, the Sharia woman. And by the way, Susan Donahoe, she brought me this her Bible, you know. 10 years ago, I was lured right there. Things happened in that house. I was reading Revelations. I'm a religious person. The Bible shook. a key fell right into my lap. God gave me the key to open up the gates of hell. Is ultimately what did happen. Hey, I lived through an event, and Susan Donahoe did too. Susan Jane Donahoe. Susan J. Donahoe. J. Susan backwards. Jesus, she says, Jesus. You know, so she thinks she's little Jesus, and the stuff that went on, I put it all on the videos. You just have to watch it. And I've got a whole bunch of other stories that I could tell you about, you know, like all these different stories, and I'd love to tell you. But I want you to know that God will use somebody that's a sinner like me. Hey, I'm like a doctor. I've been in a gynecologist's office with my girlfriend. And by the way, when I was condemned, I couldn't help it. I could not touch the red writing in a book, a Bible. I wouldn't even have allowed one to ever come to my house after the experience I had. I thought this was just totally evil, but I could touch the red writing. And before I'd touch it, and my hands would just burn. And if I'm lying, I am telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. If your hands burn when you open up the Bible and touch it, maybe you've done something incredibly wrong. You know, maybe Donald Trump should try it if he can. I don't know if he can or not, but I sure do know that God Almighty's blessed me. And I say, may my blessings be your blessings. And sometimes you got to see terrible goddamn things come before you surrender your life over to the Holy Father. You know, I'm telling you, like the Ten Commandments. Like the Ten Commandments, you guys, you know, just gosh damn watch it. Pharaoh, he gets pulled away. He has to keep his old lady happy. He thinks he should, before he says, acknowledges Moses is God, must be God. Well, Moses is God the way I say it must be God too, because I know how Moses must have felt. I mean, I really, you know, I would say that Moses was just like this with God too. You know, I would say I'm just like this with God. I would say that Archangel Michael is like this with God. You know, I mean, and a lot of people may have, just because your name's Michael don't mean you're the Archangel. And just because your name's John don't mean you're fucking me. I've had people say stories that it was my story, what was about me. And Bonnie knows I'm talking about one about her, but somebody else told me another one about being in that bedroom, and they were the ones that this happened to when their friend got murdered. Somewhere along the line, it wasn't good. And I just thought, oh, tell me more, you know, oh boy. They were in trouble when I got done with them, too. And then Bonnie, I heard her say it, and I've cornered her on it. She says, it could have. It could not have, Bonnie. Don't fucking blow smoke up my ass, because that fucking pissed me off. Lies and untruthfulness really fucking pisses me off. And somebody once told me, Herb did. Gentleman I worked for once upon a time that, well, didn't pay me all my money and stuff, and he knows I have a grievance against him, and he even told me he didn't believe in God Almighty when I asked him if he believed in God. He said no, he didn't believe in that. Well, just because he said that doesn't mean I did. I asked him the question, he told me the answer. It was just that simple. How do you feel now, Herb? But, you know, hey, you know what? I liked Herb. Too bad, you know, he would allow somebody to hurt me, and he would smile off of it. He couldn't do it himself. One day he said something about my dad, and I jacked him over the bar, and I said to him, I said, don't you ever talk about my dad. And I'm sure Herb remembered that, because I remember seeing his face. You know, it wasn't good. And if Herb would like to reenact me and to reenact the thing again, I'd sure love to come in his bowling alley and do it. Maybe I'll even bowl him a game before we do it or after we do it, or both, just to make sure we patch it up before the end of it, because maybe then Herb would also believe I'm the living legend and I'm the living proof. And also, you know, like Susan Donahoe, hey, the woman's been through tragic events. I know I've listened to some of the stuff, I know firsthand. I hear everybody's complaints. And like I told Ernie, everybody comes before me, Ernie, remember that? Now you know why. You know where my special power comes from? It comes from the Holy Father himself. So now, I want you guys to know that I want to be personal, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm the rock between the hard place. And I want you to understand what you have witnessed. Donald Trump got a wound, biblical. You know, I'm telling you, some things are, what's that word that they use? Ooh, symbolic. Ooh, that was, and it was, and everybody wooed after the Antichrist. Now he's been placed in office, and now, I watch some things, you know, time to, whatever's going to happen, God has his hands on people, and like these weathers and from the hurricane and stuff, when I get angry, my neighbor got me angry, and I've been angry again. You know, people shouldn't goddamn fester me up at all. You know, here, you know, I try to give people stuff, give things, whatever. I try to make people, but I'm tired of it. I goddamn want to step back, and let the Holy Father do his job, because that's what he's here for now. I'm just a messenger, I'm telling you. I do love women with all of my heart, and I place a heart right on there, and on their heart, and on their chest too, on all those places. And you know what? I'm just a normal guy, because you know what? We all got needs, but I probably don't need you as most as other men. They need something to suck off of. Oh, I'd enjoy it too, I'm sure, but I just like this choice life that I have, and if you're not like-minded with me, it just really won't mesh or fit in anyway. But I was teasing you. These girls here, hey, they're beautiful. I do get along with them. Sometimes we stop, we joke and do and stuff. I mean, it's fun. But really, I just don't mind leveling with you and telling you the truth. Okay? Beach balls are bigger if you'd like to kiss one of those. And I like an action-packed night, so if you see me going out and bowling and stuff, want to go bowling and stuff, I'm in the local neighborhood, and I probably will go out sometime. But I never tell people where I go, and I just show up. So if I tell you I might be someplace, you might want to give them a call and say, is there anybody out there crashing pins in the house like they've never seen before? Because when I crash the bowling pins, sometimes they go halfway up the lane. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes 3 or 4 of them will end out on the lane. You'll know that they're happening. It just goes, you know. But anyway, maybe I don't have the touch no more. I don't know. But I've sure been itching to go bowling since I feel so gosh darn lucky now. And you know, I hope that everything's going to get cleaned up, because I don't like Donald Trump signs. I don't like shit. I just don't like things that look bad. I don't like garbage in people's yards. I don't like cigarette butts. I goddamn don't like everything. I hate everything now. I mean, I really do hate everything. Anything that's not clean, I really do hate. And by the way, it doesn't mean that I don't like my girlfriends and stuff with their own minds and stuff. They could dress any way they like. I love their style and taste. Don't change for me. God damn, you might not be my cup of coffee anyway. You know, okay. Maybe I was just as picky as you. Yeah, that's it. And if we go out, by the way, don't get grabby and grab my ass. You know, that could, you know, I'm teasing now. I'm a very charming individual. I'll charm your panties off if I want to. And I might have to Make sure you know it's true when it's coming. But now everybody knows me as I'm the fucking playboy. Yeah. Oh, I almost turned this Bible upside down. No, I could flip things upside down without turning them upside down. I love that. I could tell you stories about places I've gone and people I've met. And I'll tell you what, you haven't been there and you haven't done that yet. And you have a wonderful day, and it'd be nice to see you guys. I'd just love to hang out with you and have a good time with you. That's something I've been missing for a long time. Maybe I'd entertain you too. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.